Hi everyone, welcome to Hot Topic number 4. Let's talk about one of the most important and most understood concepts in research, statistical significance. At some point in this module, you will encounter terms like p-values, probabilities, and statistical significance. And for many students, the key takeaway becomes, if it's statistically significant, it must be important. Well, that's always not true. What happens in the real world and in research, and especially in fields like health, fitness, and performance, we often see studies that report significant findings, measurable differences, and very confident conclusions. But when those findings are applied in real-world settings, well, let's just say that the impact is minimal. Here's an example. A study finds a statistically significant improvement in performance. The numbers look good, the p-value checks out, but the actual improvement might only be a fraction of a second, a minimal change that athletes or patients would never notice. The consequence here is that products and programs will get promoted with overstated claims. Consumers and practitioners make decisions based on misleading conclusions, and research begins to look a bit more impressive than it actually is. Another example, in healthcare research, a treatment may be shown to create statistically significant changes in health markers. But when you look closer, the change does not improve patient outcomes in a meaningful way. It does not affect quality of life, and it may not justify the cost or effort of the intervention. The consequence in this instance is that time and resources are spent on interventions with limited real benefit. Clinical decisions may be influenced by numbers rather than impact, and patients may assume something is helpful when it's not actually changing much. Another example, the broader issue you may have heard of, the replication problem in research. Studies find significant results. The results get published, but when researchers try to repeat the study, the findings don't hold up. Here, the consequence is a reduced trust in scientific literature, greater scrutiny of research methods, and a growing emphasis on interpreting, not just reporting data. This is where your role becomes critical. In Module 4, you're not just learning how to identify statistical results or recognize terminology. You're learning to ask, what does this actually mean in practice? Certainly, a p-value can tell you this result is unlikely to be random. It cannot tell you if it matters, if it's useful, or if it should change what we do in the real world. That part still requires you to think. So as you move through this module, shift your thinking from, is it significant, to, is it meaningful? Because the most important skill in research is not calculating numbers, it's interpreting them. And that's where real expertise begins.